to, whatever, like output file. Uh, It'd be nice if there's a way to just make it so that that happen automatically when I print. Um, Python print to file. Uh, doop-a-doop. No, I don't think this is right. So wait, what am I actually trying to do? I should just do it the normal way, I guess. Uh, uh, I I don't know, cause like I mean, what you can do when just running the script, what you can do when just like running the script, or maybe it's a PyCharm thing. Uh, Because like if it was running the script not through PyCharm but just through the like command prompt or something, I could just have it like log all of this stuff automatically. I feel like I should be able to uh, do that here as well. That'd be helpful. Or I mean, I could just instead of running through PyCharm, I could just be running it the other way. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of nice to have it here. I'd like to have it both places, I guess. I mean, what? There's like a save button here, isn't there? No. There's a print. Literally, wait, is this a literal print button? Does this literally mean like send to printer? Like ink, inkjet print on physical paper? Like, is that what that means? Because if so, that's hilarious. Uh, uh, really? It gives us a print like to ink on paper button, but it doesn't give us a save to log file button. Uh, 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 what the heck? So, uh, does anyone here use PyCharm? Does anyone here know? No what? Oh, how long? Yeah. Sorry. Thank you, Yakimus. Yakimus is correct. I started this back in October. I worked on it on and off for a few months, but then I started work on it in earnest, like around January. Yeah. So, uh, uh, so write output to log file, please. Setting. Oh, here we go. Maybe. Run debug configuration. Logs tab. In the wait, what? Wait, what? I don't know what it's trying to tell me. I don't know what it's trying to tell me. What is the run debug configuration dialog box? Oh, edit configurations. And then there's like, oh, logs. Save console output to file. Yeah. Oh. I can I have to pick one file though? I can't just have it automatically create a new file. Hmm. Uh, that's awkward. It's not very helpful. Why would I want to just keep overwriting the same log? I mean, I don't know. I guess maybe some people would find that useful. I personally do not. I'd actually rather. Uh, I don't know. Oh, wait, what? Maybe this is fine. I don't know. Save console output to file. Maybe if I just put the folder. No, I don't expect that to work, but let's see what that does. Um, I should probably make that folder exist. Uh, I won't worry about it too much right now, though. Test. What do I call it? Log. I think that was what it was. Run. Edit configurations. Logs. Yeah, test log. We'll see. We'll see. All right. I mean, worst case scenario, I can always just do it manually. Although I don't like that. I don't like that option. All right. So I kind of want to get rid of this stupid print that like is stupid and like because these empty braces prints are only supposed to print if it's not empty, and yet for some reason it just prints all the time, which is kind of annoying. Where is that? That's in that's when we're processing input. We have yeah. What are the prints we have here? Print. No, not that. No, not that. Not that. Wait, initiate event? Oh, I'm in the wrong section. Why did it bring me all the way up here? It's supposed to be down here. Down here. No, not even here. A little further. Act source. Oh no, I guess, okay, this one I am printing all the time. So this one, I don't know, who knows, maybe it'll actually work if I say if the length of act source is greater than 0. Alright, maybe that'll actually help. And then what's the other one? The other one is, oh, alright, so, yeah, maybe it was the other one that was, like, being all super defiant of, like, whether it should even be, printing or not. So if the length of, player dictionary name voice, is, greater than 0, then, etc., etc., okay. Save that. Okay. Alright, that'll be slightly less annoying. It's because they're just all these blank lines that no one cares about, so. Alright, so, yeah. What the heck? Yeah, that's true. Like Yakima said, or like what Marty says, you do still get some experience. Like, for example, 12 Adventures received letters from friends. You do get experience for stuff like that, too. So even if you miss some of the events, then oh yeah, and like you declared after the end of the event, and that's actually valid too. Like just because the event had concluded, you don't get full credit for it, but you do get partial credit for it too. Yeah. So, yeah, you're on the right track. Work can be important too sometimes, right? I mean, not all the time, but every now and again, it's important to check in on that stuff too. So, all right. Yeah. So I still have no further clue of like what the heck is going on with the influence stuff, and it's so. It hurts my heart to like try and think about anything else while that is still going on. I'm being slightly melodramatic, but like, um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Um, let's I can just keep looking. I can just keep looking. Um, let's just do like a full walkthrough, add player and add experience. So, Maybe that'll just maybe maybe because I keep looking at little pieces and like hoping something will like pop out, but like I mean it might just be quicker to actually just go through the whole thing. Uh, all right, so we check all of the things that we need to reference in order to do this stuff. We say if name not in player dictionary. If this player is not already in the player dictionary, then uh, we we make them a new adventure. We load their experience data. We check if their experience data exists, and if it exists, then we open it. We take data as what we read, splitting on space characters because that's how the data is stored. We set the player's experience equal to the first data point that we read out, and then if the length is greater than 1, which it is, because it's always greater than 1. It used to be that sometimes that value didn't exist because of data formatting and stuff. But so if it's greater than 1, which it is, then the level percent is the float equivalent of the second data point. The level percent, the integer writing, so like when level percent is displayed on screen, it's displayed as an integer between 0 and 99 because it's in percentages, but with no decimal places. So we convert the integer version of the level percentage for display on screen, and if the level percentage is over 100, because of like it's like actually yeah no you can have level percentage greater than 100 if you get like 2 levels up at the same time. Like if you're low level and it's your birthday and you gain 20 experience points, that'll actually like put you ahead like several levels, but you only get one at a time. So if it would be over 100, it actually just says 99 to indicate that the next time you gain experience you will level up. So if the length of data is greater than 2, which it is because this is not an optional data point anymore, you get passive points. And oh, I can get rid of this because this is no longer relevant and it's in the wrong place now. So if the length of yeah right, so we set the passive points that we read from the data file. So what if the data file didn't exist? Then this means it's a new player. Then so we set their experience equal to 0 because it's a new player. We say if OS path exists, EF path being player's name experience.txt. Sorry, I was just thinking like, I mean, one of the things that was happening in these weird circumstances is that the experience, like the influence points were getting set very low, and possibly even getting reset back down to 0. So I was just thinking like, could this code path accidentally be firing? But that's really weird. The only way that this code path could fire would be if it didn't think the experience. If it didn't think the experience data existed. Why would it think the experience data doesn't exist? I don't trust the read and write operations on my machine. Because look at this. I'm going to go to the downloads folder on my D drive. Oh, of course it just loads instantaneously. Well, that was convenient, but did not. Well, no, look at this. Look at this bar. Well, I don't know. Okay, it seems to load instantaneously, but that's actually really uncommon. And like this whole loading bar at the top of the screen, usually like it doesn't show me anything in this drive until this bar gets all the way across. And look at, yeah, see all this stuff that popped in at the last second? Like these were all, so like, okay, yeah, no, look at that. Like it only showed me like half of the contents of this folder until like several minutes later. So like those, I don't trust the read operations on my computer, I guess is like all there is to it. So, but like, I don't know. Like, what else can I do? Like, where else? How else am I going to store this data if not by storing this data? Like, no matter where I store this data, it's going to be like saved somewhere, and I kind of have to be able to trust a read operation to recall this data. So, maybe I mean it wouldn't be a fix. Well, okay. Well, yeah, like I said, if I can't come up with a direct solution, I could start at least like instrumenting the data to to at least like get an indication of like where things are going wrong. So like one thing that was just excuse me one thing that was just occurring to me was that I could I could I could when we get here I could check if the other data exists, because if the experience if it says that the experience, well, I mean, if it says this doesn't exist, what are the odds it'll say other things do exist? um well, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna whatever. So I'm just gonna say like I'm just gonna print like super noob 1000. I don't know. And also the player's name. So so with super is what I meant to type here. So now when we get a new player, we'll just know when we get a new player, and I guess like so that's not like a silver bullet or anything, but now now if this bug happens, we can go back and look if it says super noob 1000, then we'll know something has gone terribly wrong here. Uh, Maybe. Oh, no. No. I keep thinking like, oh wait, maybe that would explain things. No. Oh, thank you. Thank you, K Belch, by the way. um, yeah, I like making environment art. Just because the parallaxing and like the I don't do that much though. Like I was saying earlier, it's something that I want to. I like to be honest, like part of the reason I try not to spend too much time on art and content is because I just get the sense that like well, so like right now, I think this game is like very original, but like things don't stay very original for very long. So I feel like the more time I spend on content, like the more time I'm giving the imitators to catch up. But I don't know. I one thing I'm trying to do is like get some attention for the game, just in terms of like basically like timestamping the game in like public consciousness, because like I don't know. I think it's just a matter of time before a game of this nature uh gains some like attention, because I think I don't know. I mean, the reason I've been working on this game is like because I think it's a good idea. I like it. I think it's a good idea, and so like one of the risks in game development is just that like, well, someone's gonna clone your work, right? Like that's not really a risk because that part's almost inevitable, but the risk is that like, someone who clones your work is going to like scoop you, because like yeah, I don't know. That's like what game development is. It's basically like a race against the clones. um, but yeah, I am proud of some of the art that I've made for the game so far. Uh, and the transitions are like my favorite part. Okay, so yeah, let's save this, and then yeah, I don't think this is actually what's going wrong, because like, well, let's look at Yakumus's data again. Let's just spend all day staring at Yakumus's data. Uh, yeah, yeah. I think well, I mean, like, yeah, I do. I don't know. Yeah, right. So, like, that's actually one thing that I've been talking about lately. UK Belch is I've been I've been kind of prepping side quests to take like on tour. I've been calling it. Basically, what I mean is like, yeah, like um, in my free time, I've been thinking of like yeah, it was originally conceived as like a tool for like charity marathons. So like for example, like I don't know. I guess like maybe at this point I'll just be keeping my ear to the ground for like if they're I should probably start small, right? I've never done anything like this before. So basically, I want to start finding like events where I could. And again, this is predicated on SideQuest actually working correctly. So I want to iron out like a few of these bugs first. But like because it's fine when we're playing it in my channel. Like it's super great to play. Yeah, Extra Life would be perfect. Stuff like that. I actually it was there. It was back in October. They had a day, and that was actually like so yeah. So SideQuest, like I said, originally conceived, it was only supposed to be a really quick project that I did like in a month. It was actually originally for the Ludum Dare, um, October challenge, and the October challenge was to make a game, start a game that month, and by the end of the month have raised $1 using it, or like with it. I mean, like right. So the challenge was actually to make $1, presumably from selling the game or like monetizing it somehow. But like yeah, my goal was to like actually like hook up with one of those. But like that was way back when the game was text only, and so I've added like the graphics and stuff, and yeah, I don't know. So if we can fix this influence bug, that'll be something that we can look forward to. Uh, all right, so what was it? I was gonna look at Yakuma's data. I mean, it's gonna be muddy at this point because the game's been running and Yakumas has been playing the game. I probably should have. Hey, Frodo Smash. Frodo Spasm. I read a little. All right, my brain. um, yeah, I should have when we first noticed the bug happened. I should have made a copy of Yakumas's data so that way, uh, I would have it to reference like later for like diagnostic purposes. Um, I guess like one thing I'm interested to know is how many passive points. 6 passive points. That might have actually got reset. Oh, I've been restarting the script a lot too, but I'm just curious, like, yeah, because like if this is what happened, like if this was getting reset, then like one of the things that would happen is that the passive points would get reset as well. It's kind of hard to tell. You kind of have to be paying attention to them. I mean, this is also why I wish like I was actually saving out those log files, because then I could just look in the log files, because all of that data does get printed out, and if it got saved out, then Proto Smash has like a ring to it. um, oh, I think this is the first time we've. Well, I don't know if this is literally the first time this event has happened, but I think this is the first time I've seen this event happen. um, good job. Okay. So yeah, I guess that this might have been it, which is nice, right? Like I guess one of the advantages is like going through and like finding the places where something could have gone wrong is that like I don't know. I feel slightly less like paranoid about like what is the problem. Slightly. Maybe if I find a few more of those, I'll actually like chill out. So Twitch name is blank. We set Twitch name as blank because we still don't know yet which player, if this is a Twitch player or a Twitter player, but we're about to discern that. So if name, if name, if the player's name starts with an @ symbol, that means they're a Twitter player, and so we say backlink keys. If the name is in backlink dictionary, then this means that we can like even though they're a Twitter player, we can look up their Twitch name because they have a linked account. And the reason they would be in the backlink dictionary is because we convert from name to real name. And so the name that we work with is not necessarily the name of the data source. The data source we always put through real name to get like and that's okay. So like I was saying earlier, when you have two linked accounts, like one account is the primary account and the other account is like there in spirit. So the real name is the name of the primary account. So regardless of which of the two names come in, whether it's your Twitch name or your Twitter name that comes in, real name will always return the name of your primary account. And it'll do that by populating the backlink dictionary with the link dictionary and the backlink dictionary with the appropriate names. And hmm. So wait, why if name in backlink dictionary, why do we only check backlink dictionary dot keys? Why don't we check link dictionary dot keys? Um, is that we don't need the Twitch name for other in other cases? Because like it's more likely that wait, name in backlink dictionary dot keys. Yeah, why are we only checking the backlink dictionary? That seems short-sighted. Do we always only just check the backlink dictionary? Yeah, no, usually we check both. I think this is more common. Hmm. I feel like, I mean, again, I don't think this would cause a problem, but, or this wouldn't cause the problem that we were seeing, but I think this is a thing I should be doing. So where were we? Where we noticed that? Yeah. So like, uh, so if name in backlink dictionary dot keys. So else if it's not in backlink dictionary, then it might be in the link dictionary. Everything's in the link dictionary though. So specifically, what we want to check is if the entry in the link dictionary is not just itself. If the account is not linked, the link dictionary just points to itself. So like if you're not linked to anything else, you're linked to you're at least linked to yourself. So if that's not the case though, if you're not linked to yourself, then you're linked to. So we already established that this is the name in this case is the Twitter account, and yeah, this code path just like never fires because like almost no one is linked to their Twitter account. Almost everyone is linked to their Twitch account. Like most people, like at this point, like I don't really use TrustyBard. Like has a very meager Twitter presence, so um, it's actually like um, yeah, it's like almost impossible to find the Twitter side of SideQuest before you find the Twitch side, right? So and even if you did, like it's still hard. You don't gain as much experience on Twitter, so yeah. Okay. So uh, let's sorry, I'm just like trying to think of like what are the variables involved here? Like what are the other things that could have like gone wrong in these cases that like would have affected these people? And like so far the only commonality that I can recognize is the uh the linkage, the account linkage. Hmm. It's just so weird though. Like when we were looking at those numbers the other day, like these numbers like go way up and way down and like why aren't they at least like just like steady? Like why did why why do they change so much when they should be changing like almost not at all? All right. So right, so that's good, I guess. Oh, linked, except we're not doing linked here. We're doing Twitch name. Uh okay. And then else, yeah. So right. So if the name is not of a Twitter account, then we know the name is of a Twitch account because there's only the two. Hey, that's a new follower. Nice. Uh, Dimply Andreas. Welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for following. um, okay, so we set up the Twitch name. We look at. Wait a second. Oh yeah. Okay. The reason we look up the Twitch name is because the karma system in this game, there's no Twitter equivalent for the karma system. So, like, if you go to the page, like, it doesn't prompt you for like, it literally asks you for your Twitch name. So, um, that's why we always use the Twitch name because that data is always going to be saved under Twitch data. Huh. I mean, right, and I guess the reason we do it up here, like we could defer this to like, no, we can't defer this to like the linked area because I mean we could, we don't have to look up the Twitch name here. We could just like check if the Twitch name and then do it here and then do the other half later. But yeah, I guess we're kind of jumping the gun, basically. Uh, like we could declare linked up here, like because we look up their linked name down further down, like when we yeah, so like we do like basically the same thing. We say like yeah, right. We run like almost the same checks, but we kind of I don't know. It's not going to save much time to like retain that data versus just like checking again. It's a relatively quick check, so uh, and in a lot of the cases we do have to, in most cases we have to run that check. Anyways, because this did not pass, like I said, this is a very uncommon case. Okay, so that's what we're looking at there, and all we do is this is entirely cosmetic. This is just and like as far as I can tell, this is actually working correctly because everyone I don't know. I think like we see a lot of karma in the game, like the players with wings and those like glowing light halos, like those are players with like karma, and then and we see those. Like I've never not seen those. We did get other errors, like when the program that generates those things like tweaked out and like stopped working correctly, but the that I think at least works correctly. So okay. So if OS path exists, EF path, what are we looking for now? Oh, karma history, right? So we check karma total, and we check karma history, and then like I said, I'm not gonna worry about this because not only is this completely unrelated to what we were just talking about, it also, as far as I can tell, is working correctly. So I know I said I was gonna do like a full pass, but I just really don't suspect this. And if I don't find anything at the end, I can always come back and look at that. Okay, so EF path stable. Okay, so this is the other interesting part in terms of like player level, I guess. I mean, it's not directly related to experience, but it deals with like a lot of systems. It deals with a lot of the same systems, so it's at least worth looking into. Like there could feasibly be a typo or an error here that could cause like the experience system to freak out. So, so we set the path, the file path. EF path is the file path for this data. T level equals 0. We're just initializing these values because we'll be setting them correctly in just a moment with the data that we read in. So X level equals X level is like so we look up the level. So based on the player's experience, we look up what level that player is based on their experience. Like what level is that? Like a player with this much experience, hypothetically, assuming the game hasn't been rebalanced at all, what level would that player be? Yikes. What's funny is like those bugs we were getting with like the bajillions of experience, bajillions of like of influence values, like because like Marty's influence like went like skyrocketing before it plummeted. I don't know why Marty didn't get like a million levels because of that. Like I feel like Marty should have gotten like automatically bumped up to like really high level. I feel like because that's like what we're doing here. Like because like when Marty's experience like went way high, like X level should have came out really high because the expected level for someone with that much experience would be astronomical. Did that happen, Marty? Did you like skip like a dozen levels or anything? I know Trusty Bard's tweets were not comprehensive lately, but no, I think when we looked, they were mostly consistent, right? Yeah, it's like 21, 22, 23, and these are like days apart, so that's like sensible. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Yeah, no, that's like realistic and consistent and stuff. So, yeah, it didn't get weird until yesterday with like the two back to back. All right. Yeah. I figured you would have mentioned it because you did mention the other thing, but um, but yeah, I actually don't know why that didn't happen. Like, it would have been a bug, but like, it seems like maybe a different bug that it didn't happen. Because yeah, we take X level, we figure out what that level is, and then maybe it's because your stable data did exist and was consistent. Because yeah, so what do we do next? We open stable data if it exists, and then we read in. So the three data points here are, or the two data points here, are split. The first being your level, and the second being the highest piece of equipment that you gained. Like, what is the like like I did this just in case I ever I kept them separate just because like in case I ever wanted to shuffle things around. I didn't want it so that like I wanted it so that you never lose a level, and you never lose the equipment that you gained. Excuse me. So that's why I keep track of both of those things. I've never actually shuffled around equipment, but I could. um, so let's keep looking. So if this file doesn't exist, then what do we do? We say so this should be also in like the super noob case, as before. Like we super noob 1000. um, this is the case that like the players like never leveled up. So in that case we say, oh, should we make a directory for them? Because it's possible we didn't have it yet. No, I feel like by this point we should have it because we already. Because like if we didn't have this one, we made it, right? So we don't actually have to do the make dir thing here. Because like it's impossible to have this file exist if this directory doesn't exist. So actually, I guess we can take that part out. I think that's just kind of like leftover. I mean, if we change how this works, then we might introduce that error later, but I'm not really worried about it for now. I guess. Okay, so then, right, so if they've never leveled up, then we at a certain point I made it just so that like even if you don't level up, we still write this data. Just because it's nicer to assume the. What was it? There's some reason that there's more convenient to assume at least the existence of this data. So yeah, so we write it out as 0 legs. Legs are the name of the starting pants that you have. They're just called legs because that's what you start with. They're not supremely remarkable. Okay, so tequip if tequip equals blank. Wait, tequip can equal blank. We made it so that it can't equal blank because either we load it in or we set it. So, like I said, this step was like relatively new, so I guess this is what we used to do. Oh, interesting. Oh, so this is why X level never equaled blah 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 whatever. Oh, interesting. All right, so yeah, but then no, I guess that wouldn't. So it probably wasn't that anyways, because in that case, oh, we only use yeah. Wait, we only use X level if T equip equals blah blah whatever. Like, I don't want to fix this right now because like it would destabilize things more than make things better if I tried to change this stuff right now. But like, I don't know. Um, let's uh hmm. Okay, let's say sorry, I was just actually thinking about something different, but I was just getting distracted. I was just thinking about like how this game would work in other channels, like or like how this game would work if I tried to take it like on tour. And I don't know, but I'm still this is like still just turning in my brain. Okay. Sorry, not important. Um, so uh, let's let's do what? Let's well, let's just keep like I mean I don't really want to fix this right now. It's a little weird, and it's not broken per se, but it's a little weird right now, and I just can't really worry about that right now. So I'm just gonna kind of continue onwards. Right, because right now this code path will never evaluate, so it'll always be the else case. Uh, and right, so E level equals yeah, the level of the equipment. Because if we have equipment, then, which we will, we'll at least have like legs, which is level 0. Um, wait, where do I? Oh yeah, okay, right on the very next line. So first I set the equipment level based on the equipment that we looked up, and then we check which one is higher, the player's level or the equipment level, and then we assign their level based on whichever one's higher. All right, so then we set the effective experience based on, yeah. So the calculation for effective experience is fun because it's based on the level plus the next level. Wait, no, it's their current level plus the it's the experience for their current level plus the experience for their next level minus the experience for their current level times their level percentage. So basically, like if they're level like 15 and with 60% of the way to the next level, then it'll be like, let's say you have 600 experience at level 15, and let's say you'd have 700 experience at level 16. So it's like 600 plus 60% of 100, which is the difference between 700 and 100 and 700 and 600. So like 660. Uh, all right, that's what that is. Player dictionary name level A equals. So yeah, so the level A is the level that displays on screen, and that's so that if you level up while your level is displayed on screen, it won't change immediately. It'll wait until the next time. Yeah. Uh, yes. Oh yeah. Sorry. So what, Yakumus, you're a cool person of the day. Or yeah, I'm gonna declare it early. You're a cool person of the day because you've answered so many questions today that I would have answered, but you answered first. So thank you. Yeah. There's some options that there's some actions that don't count as real actions. So yes, that is what that's about. Okay. And right, so yeah, so if you're ever unsure about actions, whether they're real or not, you can check on screen, because if they don't show up on screen, then uh, okay. Um, so bonuses starts out as blank because we're gonna load that stuff in. Level up starts out as blank because we don't process level ups until you actually gain experience. Although I think at one point we had it so that at the last thing that happens when you enter the game is that you gain 0 experience, which I think like kind of jump starts leveling up, but maybe not. I might have taken that out. Uh, all right, so bonuses. Yeah, I've never seen a problem with this, so I'm going to assume that this is not what's wrong. Bonuses are just like the little badges that some people have like on their stuck on their cap, and there are like a few different bonuses that you can get, and that seems fine. I think, as far as I can tell, like I'm pretty sure that's fine. The people with the gold badges are people who have been here since alpha. The people with silver badges are the people who've been here since beta, and the people with bronze badges are the people who've been here since gamma. Although the people with gold badges can also have silver and bronze badges too. So I don't know. There are a lot of silver badges because we only entered gamma this past week, so that was when we switched over. Uh, so yeah, so either bonuses work fine or I'm just not concerned about them right now. One of those two. Names, as far as I can tell, are working fine. Well, I actually can't see names on my screen, so I'm just not going to care about it right now, because like this only changes like name doesn't change like the functional name. It only changes the display name. Like for example, if I wanted to, I could change my own name. Like I have a secret control panel, so I could like change my name to like name Binri. I'll change my name to like Cool Binri. Cool Binri, bro. No. So just as an example of what changing a name does. Yeah, look, Cool Binri. All right. Well, that's how that works. Then change my name back. Name Benry. Can I just if I yeah I think if I just don't put in a second field, I think it just automatically resets it back to my actual name. I think. I don't remember how that works. I think that's how it works. Well, I'm curious if that's how it works. I'm just gonna check real quick. Oh, you know what I need to do? That just reminded me of. I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm just gonna put in the backlog is a purge command. Um, uh, because now that I don't know, I basically like I have a way that I can moderate chat, but because like there are now these like write-in or like ad lib event types, there there's like user text that can make its way into the game, and I want a way to just eliminate it from the game in case like someone says something inappropriate. Because there's currently nothing that actually like stops that from just making its way into the game. So I just want to make a purge command. Uh, I don't think I'd have to use it very often. I just want it. Just if I ever need it, I want to have it on hand. Because my current alternative is just to like shut down the script, and that's like very trollish. I don't want it so that people can put me in a position where I have to restart the script. Um, and by people I mean trolls. So like not real people. Sorry. Um, uh, Binry. What's my name? I don't have a name file. I don't know how to delete files though. How about not? Why don't I have a name file? Am I linked to my Am I linked to my Twitter account? I often do that because like no one else is in that situation, so I do that to myself so that for testing purposes. No, I just literally don't have a name file. But I don't know how to delete files using Python. So how did I delete my name file? Maybe I just never made the name file in the first place. All right, fine. I'm gonna be cool binary again. I'm also gonna check my link data because I'm just curious. Binary. Uh, huh. Yeah. Which way am I linked? What? No, go away. Uh, I am linked. Yeah, no, I'm linked in the other direction. I should probably switch this around just for testing purposes. But I won't do it now. Yeah, sorry. Did it even work? Did it actually make the name file? It's like when I named myself Cool Binry. Did it actually make a name file? Because like when that happens, okay, yeah, it did. And then when I change it back, I guess it just. Oh wait, congratulations to those of you who leveled up. So, oh, unlink. os.unlink. Interesting. Unlink. That's, wow. I would not have guessed that. That, alright, well, I guess I must know some way to unlink, or to delete files though, because like if I do name, binray, then, it just deletes it. Which is, okay. Maybe I looked that up one day and just don't remember it. But I don't know. That's funny. I didn't think I knew how to delete data files. So good for me, I guess. All right. So yeah, naming does work. As far as I can tell. And if it's not working, I don't care. I really don't care. Because that's not as bad. Like if names show up weird, then oh, maybe I did do remove path or something. Because that one sounds familiar. Maybe I did do like remove. Maybe I did actually do that once. All right. So what else? Privileges. Yeah, privileges are just whether you're banned or whether you're a leader. I, for example, am a leader. A leader amongst amongst the peoples. No, I'm just a leader for testing purposes. There's actually only one actual leader in this game. There's just not very many guest GMs, actually, is the thing. There are just not very many people who guest GM, which is fine. It's I don't know. the game works that way, and I like that. I like that the game works like that. And it's not like you have to like. It's not like you have to. I don't know. I actually one thing I don't do enough probably is to test that stuff because I wouldn't be surprised if I broke some of those commands. I mean, I haven't even hooked up the new stuff for the chat commands yet, so I'll have to do that at some point. I'll probably want to do that at some point, but yeah. Anyways, like I said, it just doesn't come up very often because not very many people do it. Okay, so right, so we do the privileges, and then that's it. So then we've made it to the linked section. So JQ, right? JQ is the join queue. Whenever you join the game, you get added to the JQ. Oh, but we don't actually need to do that anymore. Cause like, no, we can actually get rid of that. Because it doesn't matter. Like the join queue doesn't super matter for players who like the join queue should only matter for players who uh, who speak in chat. People who show up and don't speak don't need to be in the join queue. Uh, Maybe I should keep it anyways, though. Maybe. Ah, maybe it's fine. Maybe that. No, no, it's just unnecessarily cumbersome. Yeah, no, it'll only be for players who speak up. Uh, um, all right, so there's an interesting bit of trivia. Unlinking comes from old school Linux. Deleting a file isn't actually deleting it; it's just deleting a file reference or unlinking. Interesting. Uh, yeah, it does make more sense in that context. um, all right, so if name in backlink dictionary, right? So this is where we look up the. So linked is the name of the linked account, and so this is where we look that up. And so we say if name in backlink dictionary dot keys linked equals backlink dictionary dot name or backlink dictionary index name. Else if link dictionary name not equal name, then linked equals linked dictionary name. If linked, so if we found a linked name in either of those manners, then we say player dictionary linked name equal linked. Print linked, yeah, right, and we do that. Uh, so name 0 equals excuse me. Uh, oh yeah, yeah. Right. What Yakima says is correct. That's your Yakimus again, just all over it. uh, yeah. The percentage always tracks how close you are to your next level. So yeah, it'll go. It'll like jump at the low levels. It'll like seem a little bit erratic, but once you get to the higher levels, it'll take the longer levels take a little more time to get to. So you'll notice it'll like get very incremental. Yeah. And yeah. Uh, so what? Excuse me. Sorry, my trader's face is just yawning like a jerk. Or no, excuse me. Um, it's like so early. It's like 1:14 in the afternoon. Why am I yawning? Player dictionary name dot link name. Yeah, right. So we set that. We print that that's the player's linked, which I've been seeing. So we set. So if right. So this is again. We check if this player is a Twitter or if this player is on Twitter. If the player is from Twitter, like the original, like the primary account. If the primary account is. I'm trying to. Wait. Why do we do this differently? Oh, right. Because if the primary player is from Twitter, then we look up their name we look up the name of the Twitch account because we tend to use the name of the Twitch account. We never actually show Twitter handles in this game, which is I could change that. I just like it creeps me out that like I don't see name tags on screen. So if like someone had a highly inappropriate Twitter handle, like I would have no clue because not only would it not be showing up, not only can I not see it showing up on screen, but I wouldn't even. It's like like I can screen Twitch names because I would see it show up in chat if that were the case, and I try to screen them to the extent that I can. But yeah, no, for a highly inappropriate Twitter name, like I don't know, I maybe there maybe you can't make inappropriate Twitter names, but I don't. I just like I try not to underestimate the creativity of like trolls, so it's easier just to like avoid it. Plus, if you're playing from Twitter, like you're probably not watching the stream, so it doesn't seem highly critical to do that. And if you're playing on Twitter, you get the level up notifications that way. So I don't know. Okay. So if linked, excuse me. All right. So we set name based on the. Wait, why are we? Wait, name. EF path linked name. Wait a second. What is it we're doing here? If the player is a Twitter player, then we look up their name based on, yeah, based on what they're linked to, right? And in which case we set, if that exists, then we set the name, like the actual name, like the player's name, based on what we read in from that file. And then if it's too long, we shorten it down because the game only supports names that are 25 characters long, and like, I don't know. It's not likely that would happen, but I might accidentally like have typoed or something. I typo kind of a lot. Uh, um, oh, have oh, uh, um, yeah, the bug we're working on right now. It's so screwy. It's the weirdest thing. Here, like, let's look at Marty's data again, just because like it was like we were looking at this yesterday. Sorry, I'm gonna switch to Facecam for just a second. I probably don't have to keep switching to Facecam every time I go to Bitbucket, but like I'm just like nervous of accidentally like showing like sensitive materials on screen. Hold on, I'll just look for sensitive materials while I'm here. Because there probably isn't any. I'm probably just being paranoid. No, this is fine. I can be showing this on screen. All right, I hope. Unless I'm not supposed to be showing this on screen, in which case, whoops. All right. Yeah, let's look at. So it was Marty's data, because this is how I realized like how bad this bug was. Um, it's like sometimes so when I say experience or influence, I'm probably talking about the same thing. Not always, because experience is kind of like how you level up, but like for the most part, like the .exp value is actually your influence points, which was the original experience system. But then once I changed the influence system, I kind of changed like the old experience kind of became something different, and so I started calling it influence. Yeah. So the way influence is supposed to work, the way influencer experience is supposed to work is it's supposed to you're supposed to gain it slowly over time. Like you can gain like from an event you can gain like 3 experience points maximum. Like if you get perfect on an event, you can gain 3 experience points. And events happen every so often, and you can slowly gain experience over time just by going on adventures. Although it kind of comes in chunks, like it comes in like units of like anywhere from kind of small chunks to like fairly sizable chunks. But like the biggest chunk you can ever get experience in is if it's your birthday, and then you get 20 experience all in one chunk. So we were looking at like Marty noticed that something weird was happening with his influence, and so we looked at okay, so wait a second. Wow, how long ago was this? Was this really when Marty first showed up? I guess. Yeah. So looking like way back in time, what was that? That was yeah, that was a long time ago. I guess that was actually. Oh yeah, right. I scrolled all the way back to the beginning. So like by the third time that Marty had played the game, he had 36 influence. So then a few days later, or like a little while later, wow, I guess that was a while later because he's all the way up to 551 by this point. Wait, so has this bug just been around forever? Has influence just always been super screwy? Wow, I hadn't really thought about that, but I guess maybe. How far in time did it just jump? That was from Brigand, which was 207. Oh, that was from 207 to 219. So I guess I don't know. Maybe we should take smaller steps. Like, all right, so 36 on one day, maybe we'll just do the full history. It'd be nice to see this as like laid out instead of having to like click from one to the next to the next to the next. But all right, so uh oh whoa oh that's funny. This was these days that we were looking at here in the history are the days that I was actually working on uh the Twitter linking itself. These, if you look at these change lists, they're listed as linking part or Twitter part one and linking part two, which is kind of funny. Okay, so these like yeah, so this is I guess just to illustrate. Like I'm looking at these well partly now for diagnostic information, but I originally came here just to illustrate that you gain influence slowly over time, right? It's like influence is supposed to be a measure of like how much you've participated in this game. If we jump further forward in time, what happens is like so like while you should be gaining experience like gradually over time, what happens with Marty is that it shoots upwards for no particular reason and then plummets. You should never lose influence. Like you can't have lost experience. There's no way to lose experience in this game, and especially not influence. If influence is supposed to be like a consistent measure of your experience gain over time, and yeah, I just have no freaking clue what happened there. This is kind of interesting, just like looking at them over time. Whoa! Because look at that. In one day, Marty's influence went from 71 to 555. And I mean, incidentally, that was like right after I implemented linking. So let's look at when Marty actually linked the accounts. Because was it at that time that that happened? Uh, because if so, this bug has just been around forever. March 11th. Wait, so maybe it's not. Maybe it doesn't have to do with linking then. Because there's not been a bug that would have. There's not been a bug that I know of that would have caused that big of a jump. Like there are bugs that would have caused like jumps, but nothing that big. Uh, what? This was before link. This is before Marty linked accounts because Marty didn't link until March 11th. All right, so maybe I am on the wrong course with this. I mean, I guess it's good that I looked at that linking stuff because I did clean up a bunch of bugs that that were there. Uh, oh, is my did my last name show up here somewhere? Well, whatever. I don't care. Uh, did I get that right? So Cook Part 1, 77 something. Quest chains, 500 and something. Quest chains? I mean, like, I don't know. Maybe I should go back and look at the stream that, like, the archive video of the stream from that day, because, like, oh, deferred data rights. Well, that's obviously the problem. It was obviously when I did the deferred data writing that I introduced some crazy error. Uh, so I don't. I so all right. What what happens after then? So he jumps up by like 500 something, and then what? Does it just stay jumped up by 500 or like? Because then it does plummet. That's the other thing. It plummets here. It plummets all the way back down to 6. What? So it was a very short reign. It was just for 2 days. Marty had like ridiculous amounts of experience, and okay, this was before Marty linked his account. So sorry again for using you as an example, Marty. I just I like I don't know. All right, so this is probably I don't know. um. Oh yeah, no. This game isn't. I don't know. It's funny. Like this game isn't open source, but like the only reason this game isn't open source is because you shouldn't learn from this game. Like I'm not an engineer. Like I write code, but that does not make me an engineer really. So like no. If you have questions about this project, I'm happy to answer them. But you should not. You don't look too closely at the code. I assure you that's not it's not going to get you places. Wow. All right. So, yikes. So apparently, influence has just been a joke forever. Wait a second. No. I was thinking, like, what if? Well, I still don't have an explanation for like how the how that skyrocketed so much. Although I imagine it has something to do with when I deferred the data rights. Um, I also don't have an. I don't. I really also don't have an explanation for for why it plummeted. Um, and then that seems to be a pretty big jump too, going from 60 to 260. I mean, is that feasible in one day? 60 to 260? I don't think 200 experience points is like realistic for a single day. So it probably happened again there. That's more likely. That's more reasonable. Smaller jump like that. It'd be nice to just see this as a graph instead of and then it jumps down again. Ugh. Ugh, what the heck? Are we at the point where he had linked his Twitter account yet? No. The next day, right? No, that was the day. But like I don't get how uh uh oh sorry sorry UK Belch, and thank you for your concern. Um yeah, I have no clue. I just don't know. Wow. Wow. What an interesting life. This oh wow, and then it goes all the way up to 934. So I guess influence values have just been a joke. They've just been like, well, so the funny thing about that is like a lot of the time it just seems entirely reasonable, but apparently it's just been like a terrible like charade, these influence values, and that's kind of funny in some ways, not in a way that I can really appreciate right now, but yeah, I never realized how much of a roller coaster this was. All right, so I guess the good news is that I can like it kind of makes sense that I didn't find anything where I was looking because it probably isn't where I'm looking. It's probably someplace else. Because right now that we have like these data points from before linking ever existed in the first place, it has to just be threaded data writing, right? Like it has to be something about that. Because like that was the first time we saw it, right? It was 2 days after I threaded data writing that like things went screwy. It still doesn't necessarily make sense to me why it would be happening though, because like um it's still only additive. Like we still never like set the so like I guess I could understand why like excuse me why the values would be like uh oh yeah, does your data go crazy? Let's find out. Uh, wait, if I hit back, oh, it's just going. It's just flipping through the. Oh yeah, whoops. I should have. Whoops. Whatever. Okay. Players. Yeah. Let's do you Yeah. Let's go back in time to like around for like your data around the time of the data writing stuff. So like the reason it so like part of the reason it might be or like so if it doesn't have anything to do with linked accounts, it might be it might just be happening that it might just be that it happens to players who like maybe it only happens every so often, and so the players who are around more often because like you and Marty have been putting in like you've been leveling up a lot lately, so maybe just by being here more often you became more likely that that you would be affected by it. All right, so environment. So, uh, all right. So this is after the this time frame is after the data. It'd be nice if I could just like click through revisions. Oh, history. Is that? Wait, what? How come? Oh, it's history of things I've looked at. Pfft, stupid. All right. um. All right. So, whoa, that was a pretty big jump, right? Wait, hold on. Oh, it's not even. It doesn't even tell me the values. It just 149 to 221. That's a lot. That's a big change, but it could be reasonable. I mean, that could have happened, I guess. Like if it was just a really busy day. And 286. I don't know. It's hard to tell at this point. Like, I mean, I could like, well, one of the nice things about, oh no, you know what I need is, I need like, some computer vision software to like, so I can like go back over the stream archives and like data analyze like the everything that shows up on screen to like to go back and retroactively put together this information. I mean, what I really need is the log files from those days, just so that I can just like get the data that way. But like, no, the only way that data is actually preserved right now is in the form of oh wait, so this was yesterday and then ad libbing. Okay, yeah, I guess huh, yours, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like you gained a lot of experience, but a lot of that was legitimate experience. So it's hard to tell the extent to which it got screwy until like today when it got like just clearly like completely screwy. All right, let's look at so let's it's okay. So we were focusing on like the linked oops, we were focusing on like the linked stuff this morning, but let's look at the threaded data writing stuff because that again it could just also be a fluke that it happened like 2 days after like that it was first observed 2 days after the threaded data writing stuff, but I don't know how else to describe it or how else to explain it. So um, maybe I don't know. Like, what if it's happening that like the data writing like what if it's like the way I'm terminating the script or something? Like, I wonder if there's like some better way to like terminate the program so as to like I don't know. I'm just like what if it's nothing to do with the code? Maybe it's just the fact that like the data's like getting clobbered. Well, no, that would not explain the spikes. Um, it wouldn't explain why it was going like way too high. But like, what if the data file is just getting destroyed somehow? Like if it's like because if it's open for write at the time that I close the file, then like I think it just gets clobbered with like nothing. Like it gets clobbered with a blank file. I think that was what we saw yesterday when I accidentally commented out the contents of the write operation, but I didn't comment out the part where the file gets opened for writing. Um, so it might be something silly like that. But then yeah, this the so that could explain like the drops, but then I don't know what would explain like the the ups. Um, so I mean, I could just like I could just save two different copies of this data. I could literally just write to two different files because that way I'm only writing to one of them at any given time, and so worst case scenario, if this happens, it wouldn't go back down to zero. It would just go back down to like let's say like worst case scenario would be if I accidentally terminate the script on your birthday as you were gaining 20 experience, it might not properly save that you gained 20 experience. But that's better than like losing like all of it. And so then the other thing is that like this actually doesn't seem to be affecting experience as much as but wait, yeah, no, this doesn't explain what like why you gained 2 levels really fast. Because like if anything, this would have had the opposite effect. Like if that was the problem, it would have had the opposite effect. Like you would have been like halfway to your next level, and then it would have set you back down to zero or something. So I don't know. That seems I don't know. Uh, all right. So if you're stopping with a uh, you can wrap the main process with a try, except keyboard interrupt. I'm just so far I usually just stop I usually just stop the script using this stop button here. Um, and I actually don't know what like how PyCharm like what that means to PyCharm or like how what PyCharm does in order to affect that change. Uh, so, uh, hmm, yeah, uh, yeah. That actually, I guess that would make more sense than the duplicate data file. Um, Sorry, I'm not actually going anywhere. I'm just gonna mute the microphone for 1 second. I'll be right back. Sorry, just 1 second. Pardon the delay. Okay, so yeah, data writing. Data writing. Let's have a look at where that happens. It happens here, if I'm not mistaken. No, not here. Oh, we do the schedule before we do the data writing? Interesting. I thought we did it the other way around. Okay, so it would happen below this section. Oh yeah, process data. Wait, what? Oh, process. Yeah, no, here it is. Okay. So the length of process exp gains.keys is greater than 0 if original. Or right, yeah. So we don't write data if we're working with a clone version of the script. Wait, why is there? Oh, right, because if we're working with a clone version of the script, we just reset the dictionary. We just reset all of the data every time instead of actually processing it. All right, so for li in process exp gains dot keys, n gain equals process exp gains dot pop li. Yeah. So if li in player dictionary dot keys, if n gain 1 not equals 0, then alright, so what we're doing here is we're looking through process exp gains. Process exp gains is how we keep track of players who should gain experience. And so what we do is oh, wait, we never threaded data writing. It still happens on the main thread. Why did I call it threaded data writing? Anyways, um, no, yeah, no, we haven't threaded data writing. We just deferred it so that it can happen across multiple frames instead of all in one frame, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Um, so, so process exp gains, we say, so if li in player dictionary dot keys. Right, so if this player is still here, if the player leaves, we don't really bother dealing with that. But no, if the player's here, then then if so n gain 1 in this case is going to be, so yeah, so the process exp gains keeps track of the change in experience and the change in passive experience. So yeah, what we so like, right, so 1 so if index 1 not equals 0, then that means there was a change in passive experience. And so we say passive points plus equals gain 1. Really? This is where we change passive points? We don't change it up front? Okay, I guess. Um, uh, hmm. That could be true. I don't know. I don't know. That could be true. I mean, I guess that's apparently true. If n gain 0 not equals 1, that means we changed experience. So this is when we call actually add experience, and we add, so to the player's name, which is, so it's li is the player's name. Yeah. So for the player's name, we add as much experience as was indicated. No, that should be fine. I was just thinking, like, am I doing something untoward with n gain 0? Like, no, this isn't threaded. This literally is not threaded, so I don't have to worry about, like, thread safe. Like, it can't be unthread safe. Oh, that's funny, UK Belch. Yeah, 0 would be false. Is that true of 0.0? Well, no, actually, I guess these would be integers, so 0 would still be equivalent to false. I guess, like, I think the reason I do this instead of just saying if n gain is like, yeah, no, I guess I don't have a good reason necessarily. I was gonna say kind of like for commenting, because like if I don't know. Yeah, no, I guess I don't have a good reason. Uh, but yeah, no, that's good. Because zero, right, 0. Yeah, if it equaled 0, then it as a value would evaluate to false. All right, uh, so PF path players. What am I doing here? Wait, this is the case. Oh, this is the case where we're. Oh, right. This is the case where we're only changing the passive points. We're not actually changing the player's experience. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is where something goes wrong. No, if something was wrong here, then like it would go wrong more often. Um, so so we check if their directory exists, and if it doesn't exist, then we create it. Oops, what am I doing? If it doesn't exist, we create it, and then with with pfpath plus equals right. So we check if the experience file exists, or we don't even check if it exists. We just like stomp on top of it, and we stomp on top of it with the player's experience. Yeah. Their level percentage and their passive points. So, yeah. I don't know. That seems legit. And then else. Oh, what is this else case? Oh, so this is the case where there was no change to the passive points whatsoever. It was only the experience that changed, in which case we just do the add experience end gain. And the reason we don't bother checking if there was a change to the experience is that if there wasn't a change to the passive points, there would have to be a change to the experience, because there's no other way to get into this list. And then so we just say count minus equals 1, and then if count is less than or equal to 0, then we break, because we only do 5 per frame. I don't know. Seems pretty straightforward. I'm still at a loss. So how does add experience function work? That's actually what we were looking at earlier. Not in depth, but yeah, back when we were looking at add player and add experience, like, because those are the things that back when I thought this was related to linked accounts, that was what we were looking at. Because like those sections here, we can look at them again. Add experience. So the answer to your question is confusingly. There's like surprisingly much that goes on when we add experience. So this is where oh no, that's loading stream data. This is where we add experience. And so basically what we do here is I won't go through it step by step, but the gist is that, well, actually, I mean, we can at least look at the really important things, which are the references to dot experience, of which there's only one. There's only one, like, so yeah, so the only times that we actually reference the influence value here is when we add to it, because in add experience, we add in the experience value that we've adding in, and then we reference it when we go to save out their data, and Yeah, and so like basically what we do here is the first thing that we do is we increment their experience or their influence. We increment their effective experience, also known as their experience. I know it's confusing and stupid, but whatever. And their gain. Their gain is how much. Gain is what shows up on your name tag when like at the end of the event, like at the end of this event, like look at the people's name tags who participate in the event. So like Yakimus's name tag is going to say like uh, +3 experience, and then it's going to say in parentheses like level what, like 24. I forget what level you are. Um, and so yeah, the +3 is the gain, and that's because like if it like hypothetically if at the end of this event like if Yakumus immediately also if there's a growth opportunity and like Yakumus let's say discovers an unexplored cavern, then it'll say +13 because it'll just like it shows everything that it shows the entire gain of experience that you've had since the last time your name tag showed up. So uh yeah, that's uh and uh then right, so AQ AQ is how excuse me. AQ is the action queue. It's players who have taken an action, which it's like it's not really the action queue anymore because you also like passive actions, like passive whatever those things are called, also use the AQ. Anything that gives you experience. It should be called like the EQ, or it should be called something actually descriptive instead. But anyone who gains experience gets queued up to like walk across the screen so that when you gain experience, you do get to see your name tag show you how much experience you gain and stuff. And then uh, so then so then we say if the right. So then we check if your current effective experience is greater than the experience it takes to gain the next level. Because if that is the case, then you gained a level. You level up, so your level increases by 1. The Twitter ID. Oh, we look up your Twitter ID because if your Twitter ID, if you are a player, if you are a Twitter player or you're linked to a Twitter account, that's when we look. That's when we look up your Twitter ID, and if we find it, we tweet out your level, right? I mean, it doesn't happen right here. That this actually does happen on a separate thread, but hey, congratulations to whoever just leveled up. Uh, and sorry, I'm just getting that out of the way so I can see a little more of the screen. Uh, and oh yeah, like I said, all right. So it wasn't a unexplored cavern, but a dragonfly zips by. So for the adventurers who won that event and the dragonfly zipped by them, like it'll just show the combined experience instead of showing them individually. Um, yeah, so we tweet the level ups, and that's handled separately. So basically, all we do here is just queue it up to get tweeted out, and it doesn't do anything. It's just strictly like notification purposes. Yeah. Hey, congratulations, Legendary Night Toxin. Uh, yeah, we had a little experience bender at the end of the day to make up for lost time. All right, so level queue. Yeah. Okay, so we already added this player to the action queue, but if this player levels up, then we also add them to the level queue because players who level up have priority in queue over players who took an action. Because it's basically like it's players who leveled up, players who took an action. No, it's players who gained karma, players who leveled up, players who took an action, and then players who joined the game. Yeah. Uh, So then what do we do? So we say so right. So we wait a second. How come we don't set q equals true here? We set q equals true for leveling up, but not for the action queue. Is that normal? I know. Yeah, q is weird. I might want to look into that because it's weird. It seems a little bit weird that. Wait, hold on. Uh, test tweets. I still haven't done that. And then also, so should q equal true for a q? I just like yeah. There are different ways that I keep track of like who should be queued up for at what time for what purpose, and like I don't know. This q value is used a little oddly, so I don't know. It might be that I'm not supposed to use it for action and only for levels, but I should. I feel like I should look into that because like I don't know. Okay, so then we tweet or like, excuse me, we don't tweet. We print that that the player leveled up, and OTOP. OTOP is the highest of the levels that they gained, right? Because you can actually gain multiple levels up at the same time. Oh no, that's not true. You can't anymore. This is left over from when you could. So OTOP is always going to be your current level. Uh, level A. Wait, why are we setting OTOP to be level A? Wait, what? I mean, this. I could just change this whole thing because I don't plan on changing it back so that we can actually process multiple levels at the same time. It's possible that no. What are we doing with this business? Uh, yeah, I could probably just get rid of this stuff because like now we only gain one level at a time. So uh, we don't have to do like any of this business. Uh, we do still. Yeah, no, I should probably not. I should probably change how this works because as it is, it's like it's stuff for a very different scenario that it's just like I don't know. Back when like we could gain multiple levels all at the same time, like it was a little more confusing to handle this stuff. I think what I should probably do is just comment this out, and so I'm not gonna like get rid of it, but I'm gonna make it much simpler because all we have to do now is just say basically this part. Uh, oh yeah, actually I can comment out that line as well. Uh, so let's just append the level, which is the player's the current level, right? Yeah. Uh, yeah. Right, because that's the only important thing that we're actually doing there. We were just figuring out what OTOP was. Basically, we were just figuring out like what, because like by this point in the code, we had already like applied the level ups. Oh yeah, no, this used to be calculated way differently. Oh yeah, no, this used to be way different, and like by this point, like we had already processed like how leveled up you were, and so like we had to go back and figure out like how many levels you actually gained, because like yeah, I don't know, it was a weird different system, and now it's slightly simpler, I guess. I don't know. I don't think this was like actually broken. I think it was just like a lot of unnecessary code, so we'll just skip it. All right. Oh, but print. Yeah, and actually, print doesn't need to be like a two-part process anymore. It can just be like we can just straight up print level up plus name plus level. Uh, yeah. Okay. So gear list, right? Because when you level up, you gain like new stuff. So we go through and I guess I'm just like refactoring code, just like just going through code and touching it up and stuff. Because why not? Okay. Right. So we calculate what your new gear is based on what level you've gained, and we set that appropriately. We save it. We save whichever, yeah, so to equip the one that the highest level gear that you just gained, because like sometimes you gain multiple pieces of gear on the same level, so it's not always, yeah, so we just take one. I guess actually, yeah, if there are multiple that happen at the same level, then you kind of I think we just pick one fairly arbitrarily, uh, just to keep track of that level. Um, like I said, I've never actually rearranged the gear, so if I ever rearrange the gear, I might have to pay attention to like how that actually works. But it's pretty linear at this point. Um, I at a certain point I realized that it was helpful to have the gear progression fairly linear because then I could do more interesting stuff with the art. So have a nice walk, UK Belch. um, okay, so all right, so let's see. So then we check. Oh, I guess. Oh yeah, this is just so that was everything that we do when you level up, and then wait, did I gloss over anything? No, that was pretty straightforward. All right, this is just the stable file, and the stable file seems okay. It's mostly just the experience file that seems to be getting screwed up, which we haven't done yet. So that we're getting to that. So we check if this stuff is pretty unnecessary. Yeah, this stuff used to be necessary, but like it used to be that like we didn't actually create data for a player until they actually gained experience, but now we just create data for the player as soon as they join the game. So I can actually get rid of this. I can get rid of like pretty much all of these, the mictors, because we do it like right up front. Um, right? There's no way to join the game there's no way to gain experience before you actually join the game. Because if you tried to participate in an event or something, it would automatically join you into the game. So yeah, I guess the uh, the this that we have remaining without that, it should be satisfactory. Right. So wait, level experience? Okay, yeah, level experience we calculate by subtracting our current level from effective experience. And we've already leveled up by this time, so these values should all be correct. And then we can calculate level percentage based on level experience divided by the difference between our current level and the next level. And then we recalculate the integer version of level experience, or level percentage, and then right. So then again, if it exceeds 100, we set it to 99 just for display purposes. Because if it says 100%, then like why haven't you leveled up? And the answer is because you only gain one level at a time. Because I decided that would be a thing that I wanted for no. I don't have to do it that way, but like I like it better that way. For no particular reason. Or for a particular reason. I don't know. I'm not telling. Alright. No, I just like, I could do it either. That was just one of those things that I could do it either way, and I just arbitrarily chose this one. And because it's a fairly arbitrary choice, I have no specific rationale for why I chose this one, except that I just like it, so, right. And then we just write the data. We write, the EXP, the level percentage, and the passive points. And then if player dictionary level oh yeah, right. I don't know. This isn't a big deal, but like you can get a huge level percent. So if you have like a right, this is just I don't know. I just like to know when it used to be like indicative of a problem when players had like a level percentage higher than 100 because back when you gained all your levels at once, then it should have hypothetically been impossible to have a level percentage higher than 100. But yeah, no, now it just doesn't happen very often, and I don't know. I guess I'm just curious about when it does happen. Oh, right. Sorry, it's not important. But I'm like, why is there a hole forming in my glove? And I could not for life me figure it out. It's because this hand I stick in my pocket, and that's the exact point where it rubs against my pocket. Sorry, again, not important, but like, it was just okay. I'm not having any like progress with the game, so I'm just pleased to at least be discovered. At least I've discovered something today. Why am I pocket? Why am I okay? Um, so, so the only other thing that we do from this point on is like the linked stuff, which we already looked at, and like we cleaned some stuff up there, but I don't know. I just don't know. That's my new catchphrase. Yesterday my catchphrase was I'll worry about that later. Today my catchphrase is I don't know. It's not a very good catchphrase. I'll be honest. Um, I kind of want to restart the script, and so before I do that, I should. I don't know. I maybe I'll just print like every time. I mean, I do kind of print every time experience is gained. So, uh, yeah, I'll just like every time we add experience. Oh yeah, look, adding experience, name experience. Really? Wait, that happens? Am I like just blind to that one? No, that happens. All right. Uh, interesting. Uh, yeah, that totally happens. Um, huh. I wonder if we got any weird data points. Again, it would be really helpful if I actually like saved these data logs out. Because as it is, I'm like, I wonder, like, hey, look at all this interesting data, all this interesting data that I just don't know if it exists anywhere. Uh, uh, um, so let's maybe I'll restart. Maybe I'll restart the script after this event and why. No, you know what I should do is I should just keep tabs on like uh yeah, I'm just gonna comment out the fun parts of the script and just like intermittently like check back and see if any of the stuff is going awry. Right. So if level experience is greater than 20 and experience less than level experience, then print uh low uh oops low, and then in this case print high, uh just because like I don't know. Player list, right? I commented out. So I'm not actually changing the data here. I'm just curious to see like if anyone has been affected with it recently. Apparently. Oh, some of this is okay. Ah, except no. Legendary neurotoxin got struck by. Huh. Legendary neurotoxin did just link his account. So that might be part of the problem. Maybe one of the things that causes like a drop in influence is like linking your accounts or something. Uh, Yakima says 735 instead of 755. Ugh, I don't know. This is just creepy. Just super creepy. Um, I I guess like it'll be one of those things where like once I discover what the heck is going wrong, like it'll be like one of those dawning moments, like oh, of course, sure. But no, for now it's just creepy, and it just seems like I'm just really tempted to blame like other things, like I I don't know. I guess until like once I find or once I get the alright, so this is Yakumus. Yeah, what the heck? It's like Yakumus is now cursed. Because like Yakumus just hasn't gained influence since earlier. I think. I assume this is like how much experience or how much influence. Uh, I mean maybe not. I don't know. So who's this? Is this me? No, this shouldn't be me. No, wait. I know this is in fact not me. Who is this? I'm inclined to wonder. This is Lauren. Oh, that's weird. Lauren is low. Ugh, come on. All right. Well, yes. Let's look at. Well, so okay. So now that we know that this happened to legendary neurotoxin, let's see. Let's look at legendary neurotoxins data and see what's going on there. All right. So let's look at legendary neurotoxin. Oops, I can spell. Neuro. Neurotoxin. All right. So let's go. Oh, it would be nice if there's a find previous button. Actually, so maybe I won't do the search. Maybe I'll just look for it manually. All right, so legendary neurotoxin, 5 influence. Don't worry, I will fix your influence. Um, did you have 620? Well, it says the script says that that at your level you should have 755. Um, Excuse me. I mean, I can double check if that's correct. I mean, there might be something slightly off with my calculations here. I just kind of like slam the script together, just like for fun. Um, but I do also have the. Sorry, I'm not just like freaking out. I'm suppressing a sneeze, which is why I keep touching my face. I'll stop. Okay. Uh, so where was it? Yeah. Okay. So would we decide you were like level Yakumas, you're. Oh, hey, Zero, how's it going? Uh, um, what are you doing, the Maxinator? That's a good question. You might be playing side quest. That's a possibility. Oh, hey, SimDK, how's it going? Welcome. Uh, and all right, yeah. So if you had, so are these numbers correct? Yeah, 755. Oh, 755 is for level 25, but we decided you were level 24. Oh, so maybe I'm indexing too high. Maybe I should be indexing as like was it like level -1? Um, yeah, I might just be doing that wrong. Uh, which I guess is fun because that just means I gave everyone a big influence bump. But whatever. That's not literally everyone, but I gave a lot of people a big influence bump. Um, that's fine. So, um, yeah. Wait. So Yakumas? Yeah. Let me just double check real quick. Uh, hey, that is the new follower noise. Uh, SimDK. Hey, welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for following. We're bug fixing today. It's not the most glamorous thing we've ever done, but it is one of the most important things we've ever done. So there's that. All right. So according to this, you are level 25. Okay. So you are level 25. Okay. Congratulations. And okay, so those indexes are correct. But yeah, so if you're level 75, then like earlier when we ran the script, it should have given you 70. Oh no, you know what could explain that is if earlier when we ran the script, if you didn't have yeah, so it's possible nothing went wrong for you further than what happened earlier. Because what could have happened is if we ran the script and you had a level percentage higher than 0, and we brought you up to what level what your experience level should have been, and then you leveled up again, you'd only have leveled up like this much influence, but like it would have raised the cap, it would have raised the ceiling significantly. So uh, what is 4089? Because I got that sound effect from a free database, so it's entirely possible that 4089 got their skill pickup sound from the same database. um, uh, so what was I looking at? Oh yeah. So how much of stuff is good and how much of it is like not as good? Uh, Sorry, I'm just like, okay, so you did go. Okay, good. Yeah, I was just checking that. Wow, you've been leveling a lot lately. I just wanted to check that like level 25 was a recent level. It wasn't the one that we. Yeah. So okay, so that could explain what happened to your influence just recently. Um, and so I won't worry about that as much. And the highs kind of make sense because right, like the highs are kind of the opposite. Like those could just be like since the last time I ran the script, like some people gained influence, but they haven't gained levels yet. So they're yeah, it's still like slightly off. But all right, I mean, none of them are so extremely off, right? Most of them are just like several points too high. Okay, so yeah, legendary neurotoxin is the one I'm worried about right now because legendary neurotoxin clearly got stomped. Right, so here's legendary neurotoxin with zero or with 5 points, and then before that, legendary neurotoxin had 4 points, and before that, uh, I don't know. It seems like somewhere maybe we're doing like equals instead of like plus equals or something. Legendary neurotoxin had 3 points. Before that, legendary neurotoxin had uh, where is it? Why am I not seeing it? Legendary neurotoxin. Oh, maybe it just wasn't here. Uh, is this just not here? Or am I blind? Yeah, no. I guess it just wasn't in that one. Which I don't know. That might that could be normal, but it also could be weird. Okay, so no, maybe this was just like maybe legendary neurotoxin just like wasn't here for this time. Where did huh? So does that mean it's completely unrelated to the to the account linking thing? Because yeah, when did the accounts actually get linked? Yeah, this is like probably before legendary neurotoxin even got here. Right, those references to her name because of the quests that he's written. Uh, okay, so that's when this is the arrival time. Yeah, wow, yeah. So legendary neurotoxin had too few influence from like. Oh wait, how many? So wait, legendary neurotoxin is listed here. Well, this is the first. Yeah, what the heck? Legendary neurotoxin got loaded in with 3 influence points. No, wait. I'm just a silly person. 3 in this context is the passive points. 136 is the right. I put these in different orders in different places, like these data points. So no, 136 is the value I should have been paying attention to here. All right, so sorry, let's look for when that one goes weird. So 4 and 137. Okay, so that makes more sense. It also makes sense why they were incrementing by like 1 each time. All right, 5 and 140, and then this was the account linkage. This is the account linkage, I think. This is the event with the account linkage, which well, so I guess I don't have a subsequent data point yet, but we looked in the thing and it was not good. So, oh no, this is not the account linkage. This is the tweet that we sent to Yakumas for the level up. Where'd the account linkage happen? Because look, it says at the end of the last event, it said that legendary neurotoxin did have 140 influence, and yet here, like we know he should have like 148 ish, but it said he only had 15. It'd be funny if there was nothing wrong with other stuff and there was something wrong with the script or something. No. EXP, yeah. It got saved out. So if we look at Legendary Neurotoxin save data right now, it'll probably say 15, right? Again, sorry for using you guys as examples. Like hypothetically, hypothetically I'd rather be using 15. It went down to 15. So that has to do with account linking. So yeah, so maybe there's two different bugs here. The spikes probably have to do with data writing, and the dips probably have to do with account linking. And yeah, because we saw the data spikes, like the upward spikes, happen before account linking even existed. But this seems to affect people who link their accounts more so than people who don't. So maybe it's literally the account linking operation itself. But then why would it? Where was the part that the accounts actually got linked together? It happened before. It happened like in this like it happened before this event, I assume. Huh. Hold on, let's look this up real quick. I think there's like something that would appear in the output data when this actually happens, right? Like there should be something. There should be something in here from when we got like Legendary Neurotoxin's tweet and like the accounts got linked. So let's look for link for like references to like link stuff. Start at the top again real quick. Link. Okay, we were talking about unlinking in chat. Okay, link. Yeah, link successful. Alright, so this is the part where the link actually successfully happened. But if we scroll down, we see it still recognizes, even after the link happened, it recognizes that Legendary Neurotoxin's influence is not 15. It's 140. Oof, what the hell? It just really feels like I have no freaking clue, because like if it knows that he should have 140 influence, then why is it getting written out now as 15 instead? What? Like what? Like really what? I just don't. I don't know. All right. Sorry. I'm just I don't know. All right, what's it would have to be there would have to be something wrong in one of these cases, I swear. Maybe did the script just crash? No, it just terminated again. What the heck? I wasn't pressing any keys that time, so how does it keep crashing without crashing? It just keeps terminating. This is the second time today it's just terminated. It's got to a point and it was just like, nope. No. Just no. Nope. I am not enthusiastic about very many things that are happening. The war chief, the jester, and the cleric all colluded to terminate the script. All right. Well, all right. I'm gonna I'll like rerun the script correctly later, but I just want to